What's up everybody, Silver here with a Halo Wars achievement guide. I figured I should start doing some of these Halo Wars achievements because the sequel is coming out in February, so we got to get ready for that. So this is for anyone who needs to go back and get those last achievements you may have not gotten the first time, or if it's your first time playing through and you want to prepare yourself for the sequel that is soon to be out. Or if you're just curious about the achievements and you don't want to go get them and you're just going to watch me get some. So with that being said, this is the first level in the campaign. This is called Alpha Base, so start this up on normal. I recommend normal. You can do it on any difficulty, but really the most feasible way is to do it on normal. If you set it to easy, you'll actually kill a lot of the grunts before you even are able to ram them, because the gunners on the back of your Warthog will kill them before you could even get to them. Something about bullets being faster than vehicles or something, I don't know. So you kind of want the enemies to have a little bit more health so they last a little bit longer, at least as long as it takes for you to get there, but you don't want them to have a ton of health like they would if you set this to heroic, because A, they'd have more health and be tougher to deal with, and B, they deal out a lot more damage to you on heroic, and if your 4 Warthogs are blown up, then there's no way you're getting this achievement. So yes, there are only 4 Warthogs in this level, so you're out of luck and you'll have to restart if those get blown up. Your ramming days will be over. So in the beginning of this level, you see that I started with Sergeant Forge, and he actually has a Gauss Warthog. You want to try to use that one as little as possible. You want to use the Scout Warthogs that you'll acquire as soon as possible. You can see this first one that I've received as a reward for saving them. They're now under my control, and I'm using them instead of Sergeant Forge to go back and forth here and kill as many grunts with the ramming ability as possible. The reason I'm doing that and not using Forge is because Forge has a more powerful turret on the back of his Warthog, so he kills all the enemies very quickly a lot of the times before you even are able to get to them, and that's no good. You want to be able to ram them. You don't want to kill them with your turret. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm leaving Forge behind, but having said that, this next section up ahead here, I'm going to use both Forge and also the Scout Warthog at the same time, because there's going to be 2 groups of enemies. There's going to be a handful of grunts and an elite or 2 in one group, and then the second group is going to be the same pretty much. So you can see right there, I had my Y button ready to attack them with one Warthog, and then the other one I attacked the lower enemies. So you want to make sure you're ready to do that. And you could cycle through your units with one of the triggers. I forget which one off the top of my head. And then there's this third group, which I tried to ram, but sometimes they don't make it up there onto that platform. Sometimes they do, so give it a try once your ramming abilities have recharged, of course. If you don't know about the ramming abilities, I would suggest the tutorial in the main menu. I think that's covered in that. I haven't done it in a long time. But you just hit Y, and you'll use the special abilities for any of your units, and for Warthogs it is to ram people. So that's the main part of this achievement, is you gotta know how to ram people. So up here you can see I'm just ramming these groups individually. I try to select all the Warthogs individually, and that way I could use each of their rams instead of just having all the units selected and then hitting Y. It tends to work a lot better if you have only one unit selected and you tell that specific Warthog to go ram a group of grunts, and then you could select another one and tell him to ram a different group of grunts. That works a lot better. And you can see at this point I've acquired 4 Warthogs. So those are the 4 Warthogs, the only 4 you'll get throughout this whole level. So make sure you take care of those bad boys. You'll want to make sure that all your ramming abilities have recharged before you get too close to this area, because as you can see, once you get close enough, the whole fight will light up, and you want to be sure that you're ready to ram all those grunts, because you want to get as many as possible. This is a very annoying achievement. You'll probably have to do this a few times, unfortunately, with all these Marines helping, quote-unquote, aka killing the grunts before you have a chance to ram them. So this upcoming part seems to be a make or break point for getting this achievement or not. So there's going to be 2 or 3 grunts on this bridge right here. So you can see I'm setting up my Warthogs to go first. At this point we're in control of a bunch of Marines as well. But right there where I'm pointing right now, you can see there's a bunch of grunts that spawn there, and they're fighting Marines as soon as they warp into existence. So you want to make sure you send a Warthog in as fast as possible and get them to ram that group of grunts very quickly so you could kill as many as possible with that ramming ability. And once that is over, we have to go through this gate that only your Marines could get through. So there's a barrier that you can't really see at this point, but your Marines are the only people that could walk through this gateway, and they have to go kill that power source, and then you can move your vehicles through as well. So just kill these jackals real quick with all your Marines, and then I like to save up my grenade for killing that that unit right there, that power source. And then at this point I bring all my units back. Normally, if you're playing through normally, you'd probably go fight the forces on the other side, but I just drag them all back And we're going to do what we did in the beginning of the level, which is kind of driving up to a bunch of grunts, splattering them, and then driving back, and we're really just going to go back and forth a bunch with all of our warthogs here. As you can see, what's nice about this part is a lot of the grunts will actually just run at you, so you can just wait back there, and then once they get close, you could drive your warthog and splatter them, and then just drive right back. There'll be some elites in the mix as well, but don't worry, just splatter them along with the rest. And obviously, if they just get gunned down with your warthog gunner, then that's fine too. Same with the ghosts. There's going to be some ghosts here as well, but obviously just gun them down with your turrets. And really, that's all we're going to do right now. There are a bunch of enemy units past the gate itself, and they're stationary. They wait for you to come to them, but we'll deal with those people last. And you're going to see me get the achievement here, actually, without even having to go through and kill those stationary units. But I'll show you where they are anyway, in case you don't get all the grunts you need by this point. Again, you need 50 of them. Very annoying. I was surprised actually that I got 50 before going into this gate and recapturing the base here. But I guess it could happen. So I'm going to cut about a minute and a half into the future because we're really just going back and forth here and splattering the enemies as they come to us. So you don't really need any more instruction than that. And here we go. Look at that transition. And look at that. There's the achievement. Again, I wasn't doing anything else in that minute and a half I cut out other than just sitting back and waiting for them to come to me and then splattering them. So here are all the stationary units that are just sitting in there waiting for you to splatter them that we didn't get to go kill because we already got the achievement. But if you just make a circle around the perimeter of the base, you can see all these units are set up and they're just kind of sitting here waiting for you. So obviously if you didn't get enough before this point, just go splatter all those guys. And obviously just leave your Marines outside because they're just going to get in the way. But that is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment maybe. You can find me on Twitter at HaloCompletion, and on Twitch at SilverScorpion4. I haven't really been on either of those a lot lately, but hey, why not give it a follow if you want to? If not, whatever. And but the important thing is you should come back for the next guide that'll come out very soon. See you guys then.